close to that. In fact, right now, we're only around 15%, not even close to good enough. And what that does is it forces schools and school districts all over this country to make terrible choices, right? Because this IDEA mandate is so important. We all believe in it. We've got to do it. It's the right thing to do. But because the federal government hasn't kept its promise, schools and school districts across this country have to encroach into their budgets for teacher pay and for art and science and athletics and everything else that we also want the schools and the school district to pay for, because we want fully funded, well-rounded schools and kids. So, so look, I often hear presidential candidates and fellow members of Congress and others say, we got to increase teacher pay. We got to do this other thing for our public schools. The number one way to do that is to fully fund IDEA.
That's right.
To the different members' offices, I hope you'll make that point. If you care about science, technology, and math and other subjects that we want to see prioritized in our schools, if you care about teacher pay, if you care about the arts, whatever it is, fully fund IDEA so all of these other things have a better chance of getting the resources that they need too. Now, as unacceptable as a sort of 15% funding level is, I do have two pieces of good news for you.
Oh, okay.
This coalition that we've been building year after year to work on this issue is getting pretty big, and it's strongly bipartisan. It's also bicameral. My first year of Congress, I started out working with a colleague, Chris Van Hollen, in the House. He's now a U.S. Senator. He continues to work on and prioritize this as part of his coalition over on that side of the Congress. And we are now to the point where we have a little political influence in the appropriations process.
Yes.
And so I'm happy to tell you that in the appropriations bill that just passed the House, we were able to plus up IDEA funding by about $1 billion. Takes us to the highest funding level that we have seen in 15 years. Still nowhere close to good enough, okay? So that's where you come in this week. We got to get more members signed on to our full funding bill. And some good news on that front, we now have, I think it's 109 co-sponsors.
Yes!
And that too is bipartisan. I believe we've got 9 Republicans, and we're going to get more, I think, thanks to all of your efforts. So I know we've set an ambitious goal to try to get to 200 or more co-sponsors. If we can do that, then finally, after all of these years of moving this bill and many of you coming to Washington and meeting with members of Congress, we can actually get a hearing and a vote on this bill and hopefully put our federal government on a path to keeping its promise and fully funding IDEA.
Right.
Me and my office to be allies and resources for you. Have a great week, and let's get this done.